50 gates. Welcome, brothers and sisters.
Good morning.
50 gates to the 50 gates. The 50th gate, durable wisdom. We receive our book at the mountain.
Yes.
At the mountain, at the mountain.
So it's the fifth day of the counting of the Omer.
The 50th gate.
It's the fifth day of the counting of the Omer. We try to come on every morning, Monday through Friday, to count another day. And today is the fifth day. And, just that.
You recognize that melody? You remember that? 50 gates.
50 gates. 50 gates.
Mm-hmm.
Infinite inwardness. Delit, the Hebrew word for door, and dilute, the Hebrew word for humility. Takes humility to go through those inner gates.
Yeah, the inner gates.
Takes humility to go through the inner gates.
By Emerson, inwardliness.
Inwardliness. Infinite.
I think he created the word. I think he made it.
I love that word.
It's a good one, yeah.
It's a great word. It's a great word. It's a great word because, we know about all the things we do for the outside.
Yeah.
But to work on the soul and to nourish the soul.
And we have several different images for this. We have the image of course, of the journey. We talked about that journey, not destination.
Of the Omer, you mean?
Of the Omer, the counting, pardon me. And of the elementals,
journey, right?
The elementals as they apply to our living, and day by day, we count the days so that the days might count. And by Rabbi Nachman, when we become aware of the intersection of the energies, the two elementals each day, we become aligned. It's kind of like a spiritual alignment with God's blessed will in his language, his vocabulary. And then we have the gates imagery too. We have a lot of that imagery in our tradition, but the gates opening, each one opening deeper and deeper until we come to that place where we have done the transformative work and earned ourselves the gift of wisdom.
So we're still in the energy of chesed.
Chesed, giving.
Unconditional love. And the fifth day brings the energy of
Hod.
Glory.
Hod. So we got Netzach yesterday.
Right.
Hod today. And there's a dynamism between those two, a tension between those two that's resolved tomorrow with the triad, the third energy.
Malchut.
The synthesis, Yesod.
Oh, Yesod, sorry.
So we have Netzach, we had a sense of, we were lifted yesterday. We had a kind of a false sense of assurance. You think you know.
And then today you don't.
Today you
realize you don't.
Humility. Let's call it humility.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I think humility is next to gratitude. Yeah. Gratitude comes first. Can't do anything without gratitude. You get frozen, you get stuck without gratitude.
Did we do the fourth question yet?
We did it yesterday. So now we have the fifth question. So there's always a fifth question. There's four. And
the fifth question is hidden, by the way. This is taken from Chassidus. There's a kind of implied fifth question. Is there implied fifth kid during the Seder? Fifth cup? Yes, these are the hidden, the soul.
Fifth mother.
The Raza.
Mm-hmm. That dark woman in the Sarajevo Haggadah is the fifth mother. She's the one.
Have we spoken about the dark woman?
Not yet.
Okay.
Fifth question. In Hasidus, a secret fifth concept. So what is my response to this gift of freedom? That's the fifth question. Yesterday, remember, it was what interferes with the freedom journey? That was 4. And the fifth takes you a little bit further, right? What is my response to this gift of freedom?
Yeah.
And what is it? Gratitude. Because it was a gift. And humility, because I know I didn't make it happen.
That's good.
How about that?
Yeah.
Fits right in. Gratitude.
Yeah.
Everything begins with gratitude. So the fifth question takes us back to even before the first. Even before the first question, because gratitude is where everything has to begin. That's what frees you.
I wrote a bunch of pieces called Practical Rabbinics that take the energies, the elementals, the sphirot, and find them in other ways that point towards the center, point toward the center. And I have a bunch of pieces like this, and I have one that's kind of an interesting one, the counting of the Omer,
right,
as taught by some of the songwriters, as taught by Prince, Randy Newman, Paul Simon, Richard Thompson, and Ben Bagbag from Avot, Atana, so we think, student of Hillel. If he, Ben Bagbag could be a made-up name, you know what I'm saying? The counting of the Omer is taught by Prince, Randy Newman, Paul Simon, Richard Thompson, and Ben Bagbag. Fountain, its origin, love, chesed, loving kindness overflowing, negotiations by gevura, restraint, lifted up and balanced into tiferet, beauty. With Netzach, this time ready, second pass, you think you know, you don't know. Looking for soul in Hod. Settling into synthesis, Yesod in your slacks. With Malchut, the spigot is yours. Turn it, don't turn it. I like Malchut Malchut is the 10th. We have 3 sets of 3 in the elementals, in the Sphirot. The top 3 we don't deal with in this 7-week cycle. They're too lofty, too hidden within godliness. But the 7 lower ones, you got 2 triads and 1 in the 10th and the 7th week, Malchut, which I call the spigot, because the 2 triads spill. Use a fountain as an image. They spill over the vessels of the fountain in this imagery into Malchut, and from Malchut is the kind of the connection into the world. What we experience fresh, straight out, face to face is Malchut. It all spills through Malchut. So Malchut I call the spigot, because you can open it or you cannot open it, It's yours.
Yeah.
It's yours. Do what you can. Okay, should we close with
Maybe a blessing today.
a blessing?
Maybe the blessing. Maybe another blessing.
Okay.
I like doing the blessing of the hands, but maybe we'll, tonight is Shabbat.
Okay.
It's we're getting to the end of Pesach. We continue to count the Omer, but this time of Pesach is a very holy time. I've there, Yisker comes. Yisker, I think, is Sunday morning, right? Sunday. I think a lot of people are going to choose to go to protests instead of Yisker this year, which feels right to me. For the sake of our loved ones who have passed on, we have to continue to resist. And going to be a lot of protests this weekend, I think, for all kinds of reasons. So we will be back on Monday morning when Passover will be over, right? Right. But we will continue to count the Omer. So
on Monday.
So let's leave you with a blessing for Shabbat and for the end of Pesach, and a blessing that we invite you to share with all the people whose lives you touch. May all that is good and high and holy keep you safe on this journey we are on together.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחנך.
May God's face, that holy presence, be lifted unto you with grace and mercy in this week of chesed, unconditional love.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
Let's all work to bring the worlds closer together, the upper world and the lower world, so that this world could be a little bit better. More like this world, the world we imagine we can make. And let it bring us closer to shalom, a wholeness and a peace in our hearts, our homes, our communities, and for our planet.
כן כן יהי רצון. Let
May
us
this
speak
be
God's
God's
will. For you. Shabbat Shalom. Thanks
will.
for
Shalom.
joining us.
See you on Monday.
We appreciate you.